Hi guys, okay, so welcome to Food Diary Friday. So what I'm going to be talking about today is about protein. Now, a lot of us just sort of, take the advice that we should be eating protein without asking too many questions, because obviously we tell you and you trust us that our opinion is that obviously it's going to help you lose body fat, and it's going to help you build muscle, it's going to help you a whole range of things, and basically just improve your body shape, which is 100% true. So, but what I thought I would do with these like Food Diary Fridays is give you a bit more in depth on different types of subjects, okay? And with talking about protein, hopefully you'll get a better understanding of why we're asking you to eat protein, and sort of maybe not necessarily why we're asking you to eat protein, but also like why you are eating protein. That is like obviously quite important, because I think to make a body transformation long term, you personally have got to believe in wholeheartedly what you're doing, because whether you stay with us for 2 months, 2 years, forever, we want this body transformation to last forever. Now, if you only eating protein because you're at Transformation HQ and everybody eats protein, then you're never really going to truly see success long term forever in your body transformation. So I want you to wholeheartedly believe why you should be doing, understanding why you're eating protein, so you can stay in shape forever, really, and that's really the goal. So what I am going to go into, because obviously in my food diaries you see me eating protein with most meals, which is essentially important. So I wanted to explain to it. Now, there was a study done by Joseph Ardoo. I don't know if anybody's heard of him, but he basically did a study looking at the importance of protein and its role. Okay, so obviously the bottom of the pyramid we had total protein. The next one at the stage is frequency, so how often you eat protein, when you eat it, and how you spread it throughout the day. And this is all of ordinance of importance as well, okay, for performance, for fat loss, for everything, why we're eating protein. And then this next one up was the quality of the protein that we was consuming. And then the one at the top of the table was casein protein, which is a slow release protein, which generally should be eaten before bed. Okay, we can supplement with that. Now, this order of importance is the results from the table. So obviously the one at the bottom was the most important, and then as it going up it gets less and less important. Now, what I wanted to talk about is the main result from it was the total protein. So the start of this video now, I'm just going to give you the facts, then I'm going to give you some practical tips to how you can input it into your life, really, and the importance of that. So the total protein, the protein that we are consuming throughout the day, is what's most important when it comes to building muscle, when it comes to any sort of performance related activity in the gym. So when you're actually building muscle and performing well, it becomes down to how much protein you're consuming throughout the whole day. Okay, so the next order of importance is meal frequency. So when they did all the studies, it was people had protein after training, directly after training. So we say I was take a protein shake after training. People had protein shakes before bed. But what it comes down to is regarding performance and how much muscle they built, it didn't really make a massive amount of difference. Now I'm going to get onto why I think it does make a certain pattern difference to your life, but when it comes down to performance, really, it doesn't. If you don't have a meal post workout, it doesn't really matter, because the studies have shown that if you consume protein regular amounts, what your set amounts, what you should be throughout the day, is the most important thing. So frequency isn't necessarily that important. So that when if you miss a meal and things like that, and miss a post workout meal, it's not essentially important as long as you're getting your protein throughout the day. Then it looks to the quality of protein. Now, the quality of protein, what I mean by is obviously good whole foods, but then when it comes down to, like, say, chicken compared to a whey protein shake, not much difference. Chicken, chicken that you buy from Aldi compared to chicken that you buy from Waitrose, again, the quality of protein, not much different when it comes to obviously getting protein in for performance reasons and to help your body shape, really, to hold onto the muscle. The quality of the protein was even less important. Okay, so if you want to shop at Aldi, shop at Aldi. You want to shop at Waitrose, shop at Waitrose. But the quality of your buying is not going to be too important. What we mean by the quality as well is what it basically comes down to is how much essential amino acids are in the particular meats, and there wasn't that much difference between the quality of meat. So then the second bit was the caffeine before bed. Now caffeine, a lot of people probably haven't heard of caffeine, but it's basically just a slow release protein. Okay, so it's, as I've explained in one of my videos before, is that we do sort of recover when we're asleep, so getting protein in late at night is a good idea. However, because it takes whole food, it could take 5 or 6 hours for a nice balanced meal for us to digest a balanced meal. You don't really need to be worrying about slow digestive proteins as such, because whatever protein we digest, whether that be at 5 o'clock in the evening or 10 o'clock in the evening, we're going to still be quite recovered, okay? So, but I do think eating before bed is a positive. So I'm going to look at more the practical side of it now, okay? So the practical side of it, I think eating before bed is a good thing to do, because, you know, you go to bed hungry, you don't sleep as well. If you go to bed full, you sleep better. So that would be a positive for me, so I would always try to consume protein after. Now, when it comes to a whey protein shake, like the thicker shakes, and then an amino acid shake like Protein Edge, like what it comes down to really is that, you know, the essential amino acids inside the shake, okay? So people saying like, you know, whey protein, you can just have whey protein and, you know, that's all your essential amino acids. There's no really need for, say, Protein Edge or amino acids as such, really. My opinion was it, and why I chose to make it the number one supplement sold, the only supplement sold in THQ, is because we need to be consuming these essential amino acids on a regular basis to get the most out of it. That is, you know, make sure that we are obviously recovering and making sure that we're going to be building muscle and holding on to our body shape. If we have an amino acid shake, which there's not a lot of calories in it, okay, we could then have the calories that we would have had from a whey protein shake into a lot more tastier foods. You know, you could have some popcorn, we could have ice cream, you could have anything else, and you can take your amino acid shake while you're training with the gym, or even with that same meal. And rather than just having a shake for 200 calories, you could have a nice balanced meal, and I think that's more longevity about your body transformation, because you're getting the foods that you enjoy. So for me, I would always go for amino acids, preferably because, you know, I can just have different tasty foods, and if you've got different tasty foods, there's more longevity into it. Now, the practical side of protein frequency is how we're splitting up protein throughout the day is more, I would say, it's if you can basically break protein up throughout the day, is that essential really to build muscle? No, but one, it's going to keep you full. And we all know if we're full, we're better with a food or better with a diet. So I would definitely break protein up, have it selectively throughout the meals. Another thing is, if we consistently have protein spread out through the day, I always feel ready to train, okay? Because I feel full and I feel like I could train. So let's say that, you know, I didn't have time to eat for dinner, but I was training at 4 o'clock. Because my generally diet is consistent with levels of protein, I always feel ready to train. And that is going to be essential, really, for you to be able to fit a body transformation into your life. You don't want to feel like, oh, you know, I can't go to train, or I'm hungry, or I've got an hour to train now, and, you know, you're too hungry. So that doesn't really, for me, you know, that is the go-to, really. And that's really sort of all we really need to really know about sort of why we're consuming protein and how to get the most out of it. So I hope that's give you more of an insight of, you know, protein intake and the importance of protein, and how we're dressing it up. But for me, just for conclusion, I would just try to eat protein as much as you can with every single meal. I would preferably have amino acid shakes rather than whey protein shakes, because you can save the calories and you can from a lot tastier source. But again, if sometimes you're in a rush, a whey protein shake directly after your workout, if you haven't got time to eat reasonably soon afterwards, and you know you're one of them people that as soon as you get hungry, you know, you very easily go to crap, then maybe a whey protein shake would be better. But me personally, I would go for amino acids. It just helps more variety to my diet. But yeah, hope that sums protein up.